Hello there and welcome back to the Painscreek Killings. Now last time we explored the hospital just a little bit, found out that Trisha was Vivian's daughter, Trisha, was admitted to hospital. I don't really know why yet. Genuinely don't know why yet. She was in the hospital. She was visited by the pastor. Pastor, the vicar, reverend. Can't remember. I don't know what the correct term is for him. I've heard all three. I don't know whether I'm doing them a disservice by calling him something he actually isn't. Found out that the pastor had been visiting her in hospital. So we ended up having a look at the church. That led us to the church. We had a look around the church. Picked up a few bits and pieces. How the pastor had adopted Scott, which was Trisha's boyfriend. Managed to find out a whole load of other little mini leads. Led us back to the mansion where we found because we found the key to the shed in the back garden in the church. That led us there. Then from there we found out that Charles, the mayor, Vivian's husband, was having an affair. I don't quite know. I think there is a safe that we need to get into. I have no idea what the code is yet though. It's a hidden safe in the art room or the art gallery. Generally not sure where we're going from here. So I think we're going to have a look at our items that we've got in our inventory and try and track down where to use some of those, because that's going to lead us to more clues and maybe down other paths, other avenues. So that's what we're going to do this time. Hopefully make some headway. Because I'm still a little bit confused. There is a little creepy little girl running around. I saw her in the first episode outside the burnt out house. And we read a note that a creepy little girl was spotted in the dark near the doctor's office in the hospital, which is one of the things we're going to be checking out, because we've got the key card for his office, but we haven't found his actual office. So that's going to be one of the places we'll go there, and hopefully we won't see the little girl. I don't like the little creepy little girls. I don't like creepy little girls. Creepy little children in general, but creepy little girls seem to, I don't know, they freak us out a little bit more than little creepy little boys. I don't quite know why. It just is. So guys, grab your favourite drinks and snacks, curl up somewhere comfortable, and let's dive back into Painscreek Killings. Enjoy guys, enjoy. Ah yes, this is where we left it. We left it in the mansion. On a side note, on a random note, I realised while I was editing the last episode, when I was looking for Trisha's room, I was a bit of an idiot. And I'll show you why. Because I have a bloody map. I have a map of the second floor. And guess what's on it? Trisha's room. Right there. So we're going to check out Trisha's room. We're going to check, first port of call, we're going to check out Trisha's room. I think I've already been in there. I may be completely wrong though. So the other things we've got to look for is... Ooh, I always hit the wrong button. We'll have this key, which we found in the locker. I need to find the locker again, and the name on the locker. I think because I think this is his house key. It was a guy. I remember that it was a guy. I can't for the life of me remember his name. And if I can get his name, I can maybe track down where he lives. Because I think this may be his house key. So we're going to check that out if we can. We have this key found in the garden shed. It is for Trisha's drawer. It's a drawer key. And obviously it's Trisha's, which is, I think is going to be in Trisha's room, I would imagine. Maybe completely wrong. We have this one, which I think we may have used already. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think this has any distinguishing marks. I'm not entirely sure where that's for. That one we're going to have to work out. Wrong button. Again, with the wrong button. I'm going to go back to hospital for the key pass. We need to use that. Electronic key. We obviously need to find out, where to use that. And then we have, I think it was Wanda's house key. Found that in the hospital. So we've got a few keys to use. First things first though, we need to go find Trisha's room. Which is... Where am I actually? Where am I? Because we're on the second floor. So where's the stairs? Okay, so it's over this way. Because this is the stairs that it's talking about. And the ones on the bottom left. Which means this wall is Trisha's room's wall. Is this locked? It is still locked. Can we unlock this? Nope, not that key. I'm gonna guess that... No, I didn't think that would work. May as well try all the keys. Okay, right. So none of the keys work. So this is Trisha's room right here. Because this is the balcony. So I'm thinking we need to find Trisha's door key or a master key to the rooms. So at least I wasn't going crazy. This is her room right here. Right. So that's enough of this. We need to go down. And we need to try and work out where the lockers were. I can't remember where the lockers were. Wait, did I come? Have I been in here? I don't know if I have, I actually have read this. Okay. So I have read this. Alright. So I have been in here. And this was a whole load of nothing. There was no... I don't know why I got chills there. I came through the door and I just saw darkness. I thought, out the corner of my eye, I thought I saw someone. But there'd be no one here. I've got a clock thing as well, haven't we? Security room. We need a code for the security room. See, loads of clues that we need to do. And it was down here. I'm trying to trace my steps. I remember coming down here and then heading down through here. Wasn't that way. I'm seeing bloody shapes and shit, which freak me out. I genuinely can't remember where these lockers were. And this is just another way up to the balcony area. Can't get in there. Can't get in here. Oh, security room I can't get into. I'm wondering if I can get the code to the security room from whoever this key belongs to. Right, screw it. Let's leave. So, first port of call. Are we going to go back to the hospital now, try and find the doctor's office? Yes? Should we try that? Let's do that. Let's go. Let's do that. Alright, so we're back at the hospital. I remember the power's still off. That actually might hinder us somewhat. We need to find the doctor's office. Emergency centre, nurse station. Restrooms. Got the stairs here. Room 102. I'm getting the feeling he's going to be on the second floor. Marine, Lisa. Oh, we got that from in there, didn't we? Yes. Yeah, there was a note on here, I think, which was talking about the seeing the doctors. Oh, keycard is needed. If I press the right key, power is off. Okay, so we need to get in here for sure. For the record, I'm not creeped out in here at all. So I don't know how to get into the basement. Because the power's been shut off. So there has to be a way into the basement. I wonder if, is it outside? It's not that one. Because there's some stairs leading down. There's some stairs leading down into what I think is the basement. And that's got to be where the power is. Unless it's, for some stupid reason, unless it's on the outside of the building. Because why would that even be a thing? Let's head out. We been in there, we can't get in there, can't get in here. Can't get in here. Not that I want to. This is the stairs that go down. Door's bolted from behind. That's the thing. Basically, it's locked. The door's bolted from behind, which means I can't unlock the door. Can I? Doesn't work. Didn't think it would. Do you work? Didn't think it would. Just going to try all the keys. Yeah, I didn't think it would. Alright. So yeah, I think we need to get in here in order to turn the power on, but it's, with it being bolted from the other side, tells me that's an outdoor, not an indoor. And I don't frickin' know how to get into the basement any other way. I think coming up here, other than the lift, is going to be awkward. I've been in here, haven't I? Is that, wait, is that an... Oh, hello. What might you... Whoa, 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 whoa. I never saw this the last time. Alright. These last few months gave me time to reflect for quite some time. When one comes to the understanding that soon my body will be no more and I will return to the earth, the question arises of the purpose we fragile beings have in this life. How my soul yearns for those joyful moments with loved ones when I was ignorant of such incomprehensible matters. Now I sit here just waiting for death, knowing that I will never have a second chance. If only I could express what I feel to my wife, kids, people I once called friends. Maybe I can feel comfort. My body may be able to travel, maybe too old to travel. But at least I can send something to them. A nurse has helped me prepare a package to send. I'll see to it personally that it gets dropped off once my body feels better. The last effort of a sick old man. Harold S. Mason. Harold Mason. And a package. Wait, there was a package in the post. I had read a note before about a package in a post office. I can't get in there yet. Can't get into that corridor over there. Can't get into that one. Can't get into this one. Well, I didn't expect the medicine cabinet to be unlocked. That'd be very weird. And it's all fucking creepy in here. Hello? Right. Let's get out of here. I don't think we've got what we need. Turn that torch on. So we're hitting 0 for 2 right now. So yeah, we're hitting 0 for 2. Now we need to find Wanda's house. Do we have any information on that? Ah, that's the thing there. California. Wait, does... There we go. Wanda Tyler, 43 Silver Lake Boulevard. Right, so that is on the opposite side, heading back past the inn, and then that road that leads to the church, that's Silver Lake. So we need to find 43, and that's Maple, which leads to the mansion. So where the heck's 43? 26. It's got to be in the back alley then. 31. Okay, I think we're on the right track here. 30. 32. Upstairs flat. Upstairs house. Can we get in? Please, I can open this door. Thank you. Free key. 39. 41. That's got to be... There we go, 43. Okay. At least we found something. At least we found something. Is there anybody home? I know the answer's no, but I'm expecting to see some weird... I'm on edge. That little girl in the first episode, the one sitting across, I don't know whether she's an actual character. Someone spilled something on the floor. I don't know whether she's an actual character in the game, or whether she's just like something to freak you out. It's entirely both things are entirely possible. But I'm expecting to see some shit. I'm expecting something horrible. Let's check the first floor first. Or the ground floor first. Any books? Anything in the books? No. Bathroom? Anything in the trash can? Nope. A perfectly functioning, well-placed bathroom. Anything on the back of the door? See, one of these days there's going to actually be something on the back of one of these doors. So it's just, they're still packing up. It is a nice little house, you know, this. Lots of VHS tapes. Clock. We need to try and find a possible clock safe as well. We have a book. I'll see if I can pick... Why am I picking that book up? I can't read it. Why would I be able to pick that book up? Old and New London, Walford, Volume 4? Is that 4? Yeah, it's 4. I generally don't know why I can pick that book up. What are you? Light bulbs. Okay. We have a wrapped vase. We have paintings. Can't interact with any of those. Have a portable fan. Okay, let's go upstairs. Can I turn the lights on? Can I turn the light on upstairs? No. Oh, okay, we can't. So we're going up in the dark. Okay, so we've got Derek T, a knife. So did Derek live here as well? I thought this was Wanda's. Oh wait, Derek is. Derek and Wanda were connected. Wanda was Derek's mother. Alright, I was wondering why Derek was living here. Can't interact with that. Can't interact with that. Diary. Yes. Aha. Friday, January 12th. We went cycling today. Scott said he can ride faster than me. Of course that isn't true, so we had a competition and Tricia was our referee. We set the goal line to be the fence in front of the river. I was winning until we almost reached the finishing line. I braked to prevent myself from crashing into the fence, but Scott didn't brake. He pedalled harder as he approached the goal. I yelled at him to stop, but he didn't listen. By the time he crossed the line, it was too late. The brakes didn't stop him in time. His bike hit the fence and he was launched into the air, landing in the rocks. On the rocks by the riverbank. I ran to him. There was blood coming from his head and scratches all over his arms and legs. Tricia came up to him and tended to his wounds. She seemed to be sobbing, even though Scott was the one bleeding. I think I'm hurting more than him. Derek fancied Tricia, but I think Tricia was more fancying and was in a relationship with Scott. That's a bit of a weird dynamic, that. Right, Wednesday, March 40th. While cleaning the garage, Charles approached and asked if I would like to be his chauffeur. He said his current driver wants to spend more time with his grandchildren and is planning to retire. I have, by the end of this week, to decide. It's a good opportunity. I'd get a raise in salary and I'd get to travel around the country. I think I'll say yes. Sunday, April 1st. Tricia came today and suggested we make our very own time capsule before I start my new job. I thought it was a good idea. We buried the box near a big stone in the cemetery. That was one of the things on the list, though, wasn't it? Cemetery. So near a big stone in the cemetery. Before leaving, we made a promise to each other that we'll open it up in 10 years. I had a chance to walk around New York today as I went into a bookstore. I remembered how much Tricia loved notebooks. There was one that was really cute. It was a bit expensive, but I think she'll like it. I should surprise her by giving her the notebook on her birthday. I didn't expect to be travelling this much as a driver. On one hand, I miss my mom. On the other hand, I get to stay in nice hotels. Guess it's not a bad deal. Charles treats me very well. He even gives me extra allowances on these trips. Maybe I'll get something nice for mom next time. Saturday, September 29th. We went hunting near the river. According to Scott, there's a nest in the drain hole that sometimes has eggs. I told him it might be dangerous, but he assured us that it was fine. So off we went. Sure enough, there were eggs. Didn't know what eggs those were and decided to stay a little further away. Scott started collecting them when I noticed something moving. Tricia was able to shout out that it was a snake. I stood there frozen, not knowing what to do. Scott turned and saw the snake, and then he spread his arms out and slowly walked backwards. Tricia was behind him. He extended his right hand with the stick towards the snake and slowly placed a bag of eggs on the floor with his left hand. When he reached me, he grabbed my arm and said, "Run." We all ran, screaming our lungs out. I think that was the fastest I've ever ran in my life. November 5th, 1990. I miss the old days when it was Tricia, Scott and myself hunting in the back of the woods playing by the lake. It's not that I don't appreciate what Charles has given to us, such as the house we live in and our jobs. I just miss the time when we were young and carefree. We would go anywhere and nothing would stop us. I miss Tricia. Why doesn't she realise I like her? Random thought. Probably nothing. I'm wondering, did Derek... Sounds strange. A little bit, it's a little bit thin. Could Derek have murdered Vivian in order to frame Scott to get him out of the picture so that he can approach Tricia and be the shoulder to cry on, starting with Tricia? Could that be a possibility? That's very interesting. That's an interesting thought. I'm going to keep on to that one, and the music's gone quiet as well. Hi. Okay, we're back. Right, another journal, another diary. So this has got to be... I've forgotten the name already. His mum's... Wanda. Sorry. This has got to be Wanda's diary. So this has got to be Wanda's room. That room across there was Derek's. Derek turned 4 today. Vivian organised a small party for him. I really appreciate what she's done for us. After blowing out the birthday candles, I asked him what he wished for. He said, "I wish to see Papa." I did not know what to say to him. I couldn't tell him that his father left us. Vivian has been hospitalised for mental instability. Okay. August 20, 1974. This is long before her death. Dorothy has asked for me to care for Vivian while she remains at the hospital. I wonder how Vivian must be feeling right now, knowing that she might not be able to conceive anymore. That was in 74. Magdalene wants a boy to continue the family line. Not being able to have children anymore would be devastating for Vivian. I pity her. So Magdalene must be mother-in-law. I just can't stand Sophia. She's not that pretty. Just barely a year working here and the others are already serving her hand and foot. She's just here to take advantage of the Roberts family. I don't trust her. I wish she'd just disappear. So Sophia... Funny enough, I'm just going to close these doors. Just in case I see something horrifying in here, I need to make a run for it. What's that note? Can I have a look at that note? It's like way too... Dang. Hello. Hi. Okay, so I can pick that, but I can't look at the note or anything on it. The tags. I can't see anything inside. Come on. There we go. There we go. Nice and slow. Empty. Okay. Weirdness. Broken needed tool. the tool is open the second drawer and take the second drawer out. Why do we need a tool for that? Another cute little bathroom. And a dodgily placed toilet. Right, so I need something to unlock that drawer. I don't know why I need something to unlock that drawer. Doesn't work. Well, I didn't think it would work. Need a tool to fix the drawer. Okay. Yeah, in that situation, I would just like take the drawer above it out. Any tools in here? So that would be a... Wait, can I use the knife? Hold on, can I use the knife? Definitely Derek's knife. I can't take it. So I would take that. That would be the other option. Take that and use that to open the drawer. Weird. There's got to be a tool in here. I don't think it would send us all the way out into another... like somewhere else entirely to find a tool to unlock that drawer. Unless I'm sorely mistaken. The downstairs bathroom. Nothing in that box. No keys on there. Open can of food. Nothing there. Okay, so I think we're done in here for now. I can't see any tool to fix that drawer. But I need to remember that the drawer's there. Right. So. We need to go maybe to the cemetery. I'm assuming I'm going to need a shovel. Right, let's go to the cemetery. Follow this lead. Let's follow the cemetery lead, because this time capsule may be something. So it's down here at church. Let's go into the cemetery. No, that was me. I didn't want to do that. Right, so at the back of the cemetery... Oh, wait. I can't get in there. It's got to be in there. Behind a big rock. Because there's no rocks out here. No rocks in this side. That tells me... Wait, no, there is. Hold on. Behind a big rock? I need a tool to dig. Alright. Hold on. The tools were... Wait, there was tools that were lent, wasn't there? Someone lent a shovel. I'm trying to think who that is. Was it the... Was it the father in the church? Let's check the church. Tree. And hold on, nothing. So that's locked. I can't remember who lent the. Someone lent some tools from the mansion, and I can't remember who actually lent them now. I want to say it was the vicar. Nothing. No thing. Because there was a note that mentioned it. Wait, maybe... There we go. Storage. Okay. Progress. I mean, now we have a chest with a... Scott's things. Ooh, toolbox. And a pry bar. Okay, old-fashioned Slim Jim. We can use this to get into the car. Alright. Okay. I'm hoping that I don't need to thingy that. So we've got a padlock. I don't think it's going to be the correct one. Nope. And it's definitely not going to be that. Okay, Scott's things. So we need to get back into there, but I think now we need to go... I'm going to leave the thing, because I don't think the tools were here. I don't think it was Scott that lent the tools. What's that note on there? So the cabin tonight. Okay, don't need dinner. We need to check out the cabin again. Alright. Let's drop the shovel for now. We're going to chase this Slim Jim. We're going to go to the car. And we're going to get the information that's in the car. Can I actually use it on this car? Can I actually use it on? I don't think there's anything in this car that I need. Yeah, can't do that. So it's got to be... what does that say? Slim Jim, also known as a lockout tool. I don't know why I got drawn to that door for some reason. Right. To the inn. Which is this way. We obviously must need to get into this car with the Slim Jim. And again. There we go. Right. What is this? March 3rd. Ooh, PI. I knew there was a PI in town. The PI is Steve Moss. I came across your name through a close friend of mine. She highly recommended you, saying you're a person of integrity and very reliable investigator. So I'd like for you to investigate the case which happened in 1995, a town called Painscreek, of the murder of Vivian Roberts. So he came in 1997. I was there when it happened, the body being placed in front of the mansion gates for everyone to see. A few days later, Scott Brooks was apprehended as a suspect. However, there wasn't enough evidence and he was soon released. 18 months later, the police filed Vivian's case as unsolved. I try to forget everything, but I just can't. I simply want to know the truth. I have enclosed a copy of the threat letter that Vivian received the day she died. I hope it helps. For safety purposes, I would like to remain anonymous at this time. I will give you the first payment in good faith that you will agree to my offer. When the case is solved, I will pass you the rest of the payment. Sincerely, Anonymous. And this is the thing. I know what you did. Meet me at the well by the well at midnight. You know which one. Come alone. Right, so I think that one. Read the journal. Right, the investigation progresses slow. I've tried to reach people, but many of them have left Painscreek, and those who still remain are starting to move out. I found some evidence showing that things aren't what they seem. The media didn't have it right. I need to interview some people who worked at the mansion. I've been too wary and haven't reached out yet. Matthew seems to be Scott's legal parent. I still won't talk to him yet. I'll have to visit St. Patrick's Orphanage tomorrow. It's a day's drive from here. I know Scott found something there. There's something not quite right with all this. Vivian married Charles in 1971. After the marriage, she became vice president of the Roberts Mining Company. It went into a slump after the mining accident in 1973. But her resilience to not give up led her to rebuilding the company from the ground up. She supported local businesses such as Painscreek Community Hospital to revitalise the small village. Looks like she was publicly very active. Too active. Too active? Too active? She was taken to the Painscreek Community Hospital for an emergency operation in 1974. Tricia Roberts was born just before that. 74. Vivian was hospitalised for a few months. She was reliant on Dr. Henry Johnson during that period. Ooh, security room 025241 in code mansion. Alright. If I can have that. This is the PI license. Stephen Moss, New York City, a New York private eye. Expires 15th of the 1st, 2001. And nothing on the back. I thought I heard footsteps there. Sorry. Okay, security code. So someone definitely wanted a dead. Well, there's a handprint on there. Take a photo of that. Handprint. Right. So let's close that. Okay. So back to the mansion. Security room. Let's check the security room. Progress. We're actually making a little bit of progress here. Maybe. Still chasing with this is the hospital. This isn't the right way. Oh, that leads to the hospital. We need to head this way, don't we? And yeah, and then up these stairs. And that'll lead us back to the mansion. It's a shortcut back to the mansion. So, security room. I wonder what's in the security room. If it's not the security room code, could it possibly be the safe code? That's another possibility. We're going to check the security room first. If I remember where it is. Right. So I don't have a map of this first floor. And I think it was on the second floor, wasn't it? Oh, this is the lockers, man. These were the lockers. Oh, Bernard. Okay, this was the one. I remember this is the one that I actually found the key in. Aye, it was Bernard's that I found the key in. This key. So this has got to be for Bernard's house. I don't know where Bernard lives. That's the problem. Security room. Wait, did I check in there? I'm sure I've been in here. I've been out there. Right. Security room. So what was the code? Where's the journal? Please tell me I wrote the journal down. Stephen Moss. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's the one. 025241. 025241. Okay, so was that? Right, so let's be a bit thorough. Oh, we'll have keys. Okay. Nice. Trisha's room. Definitely want that. Nanny room. Tea room. Okay. That's cool. So next up. Because I'll forget that. Bernard Hopkins. I've got his front door key. Bernard Hopkins, November 15th. 31 Silver Lake Boulevard, Painscreek. Okay. Regular employee, butler, staff and house management, hired 1973, 8 hours, 5 days a week. Derek Tyler, bit of a handsome chap, is Derek. 43 Silver Lake, alright, that's chauffeur and Wanda's son. Wanda was a looker as well. I don't know why I was expecting Wanda to be an older lady. Wanda Tyler, currently hospitalized, she will resume her work when discharged. Hardworking, trusted by Vivian Roberts. So that was Andrew. He lived in house in 7 where the fire happened. Dorothy Patterson. Who is she? Childcare, the nanny. Okay. Longest hired employee at the Roberts family. Mary Martinez. Previously worked at Moon Cafe. Okay, so that's some whole load of files. Can I pick that up? No, nope. Can't. Let's be a bit methodical about it. Can't pick any of those tapes up. We've got a clock here. Tea time. Got anything in here? Nope. Security desk logbook. Thank you. March 18th. Someone ran through the garden last night. A man about 5'5", wearing a hooded sweater, climbed the fence wall into the garden. He proceeded to run to the backyard and jumped over the back wall. Strange. A new stack of VHS tapes have arrived. Please use the new tapes instead of recording over existing ones. Came across a note by Magdalene Roberts stuck between one of the old logbooks. It was requesting the search of a missing security tape dated June 28th, 1975. Okay, so we've got a missing tape. Seems the tape was never found. May 28th. Keep an eye out for that tape, I think. Take it for that. I'm probably going to record it anyway. Yeah, so definitely thinking it. We have a new security guard coming in today. His name is Samuel Green. Tom Parker will be his mentor to get him up to speed. Andrew came to the mansion around 11 PM. He was very drunk. Scott was called. He arrived around 11:15 and brought Andrew home. Why did he come up to the mansion at 11? Today marks Tom Parker's 20th year since he started work at the mansion. He will be retiring from his position next month to take care of his ailing wife. Stephanie. Okay. There's a strange... Sorry, I've read the word name there. Strange tale going around Painscreek recently. Stephanie, a 6-year-old girl, got lost during Halloween. Apparently she followed some fireflies in the woods and could not get back home. Her parents called the sheriff. They conducted a search but could not find her. 2 hours later, Stephanie got home safe and sound. When asked how she found her way back, Stephanie said a young lady found her crying and brought her back. She didn't know the lady's name, but remembered her being pretty and having long black hair. Pretty little girl with long black hair. That was what I saw standing on the other side of the river. She was a little bit of chills there. She was wearing a black dress similar to what the mansion maids wear at work. The strange thing is that when asked around, all the maids said they were working that evening. That's very bizarre. How bizarre. Right, so we now have keys to mansion. Wait, map. So where we at? Security. So this is Dorothy's room. Because it's straight across the hall from this thing. Dorothy was the nanny. Correct? I don't know why I'm expecting to see someone outside. Okay, January 31st, 1996, year after Vivian's murder. Dear Charles, I've worked here for more than 20 years and I'm so glad that I was able to spend time here with everyone. I greatly appreciate the opportunities you gave me and the time I spent with Trisha. Trisha was everything to me and she loved me. She smiled whenever I called her. I wish I could have given her more. Despite what has happened here in Painscreek, there are moments of pure joy. These are tears. See the stains on the page? They're tear stains. And she loved me. She smiled whenever. Despite what's happening here in Painscreek, there are moments of pure joy that we've all shared together. I'll hold on to these memories. I'm sorry that I'm leaving. I won't be able to serve you anymore. Thank you for everything. Please take care of yourself. Sincerely, Dorothy. Alright, so we got that. Photo of Dorothy and Trisha years ago. So we definitely have a... I don't know whether he had an affair with her. September 23rd, 1994. Can't believe that Andrew tried to delete himself again. Thank God for Scott. I can't imagine what would have happened if Scott wasn't there to save him. Andrew was never like this when Laura and Daniel were here. Even as his wife, I doubt Laura has any idea why Andrew turned out this way. Can't blame her for leaving him and taking their son. I wonder if they've contacted each other since then. October 10th. I visited Andrew at the hospital today. He seemed different. He looked calm, as if he had somehow managed to find peace within himself. The attending nurse said Scott has been here almost every day, taking care of him and being with him. Andrew has been talking a lot with Scott. Andrew told me he is ready to see Laura and Daniel again. I'm glad to hear that. I should call Laura and tell her the good news. Scott came to fix my leaking sink today. He did a wonderful job. I offered him tea and we talked quite a bit, mostly about Charles and Vivian. I showed him my old photo album. To my surprise, Scott became very quiet. He asked me if I could borrow one of the photographs. I don't see why not. He thanked me and left in a hurry. Or I should call Laura and tell her about Andrew's situation. June 1995. It's ironic that Andrew died shortly after being saved. I met Laura and Daniel at Andrew's funeral today. Daniel reminded me of Andrew. I can't believe he's already 15 years old. Last I saw him, he was only 7. Laura said Andrew had been sending him the money these last few years. She had been considering to return to Painscreek so they could be together again. If only I'd called Laura before the fire accident. I feel so sorry for them. That's not freaky at all. So it's one of these photos. So it's one of the photos in... Can I open that one? No. No. So one of the photos of the family as a young family set off Scott into some kind of mystery. Alright. So some connection between Scott, something set off Scott and maybe Scott and Vivian are related. Maybe. Which would cause a problem if he found that out and he's dating Vivian's daughter, Vivian Charles's daughter. That'd be a bit messed up. Right, sorry. November 20th, 1972. There's a newly hired maid named Sophia. I think Matthew recommended her, saying that she's his cousin. She's very pretty and has very good manners. She's a quick learner too and does whatever she's told to do. She's very eager, asking a lot on what she should do, how she should act when Charles and Vivian are present, how to be perfect at her job. Like, I like her already. The guys delivering food to the mansion were gawking at Sophia as if they've never seen a pretty girl before. I had to ask Sophia to go back into the house, otherwise someone might have funny ideas. Her uniform needs a little more cover. We need to find out who Charles had the affair with. Could it be Sophia? Possibility. Matthew sometimes comes over and checks to see if Sophia is doing okay. I tell him he's worrying too much, that Sophia is loved by all. Matthew seems pleased every time I say this. If I didn't know better, I think that Matthew liked her. Attracted to your cousin? Unless she isn't his cousin. Very strange. It rained heavily today. Sophia and I were having our tea break when she asked me, what does it feel like to be loved? I said, well, it's like the feeling you get when you're with your parents. She was quiet for a moment and then replied, it's hard for me to imagine because I don't have parents. I didn't know what to say to her at that time, but after the break was over, I decided to make effort to care for her more. Okay. Bathroom? Yeah. Nothing on there. Nothing in here. Anything in the cupboard? Nothing in here. Yes, I know I'm probably annoying you, but I feel the need to close all these things. Anything in this one? Nothing in this one. Alright. And just a mop and bucket. I can leave that door open. Right. So we have the key to the tea room. It was a nanny's room, tea room, and the doohickey, Trisha's room. We're going to do tea room next because we're by Dorothy's room. So the tea room has got to be this room right here. No, so that's Trisha's. And that's tea room. So what do we have in here? Torch back on. Get close, close. Another photo. No, it's not. Photo, really? Dustpan. That was a dustpan, not a photo. Ooh. Safe. This thing's a safe. Hold on. Tea time. That is cool. So I need to find the key to... I don't think I have it though. Key with an exquisite... That's got to be it. Let's take that. Oh, Vivian Roberts' diary. Okay. Friday, April 28th, 1972. Charles was running for election. I talked to Wilson and Edwards and they both agreed to support us. I don't think they're doing this solely to gain business benefits. Rather, they believe in Charles. Their support will help boost morale for our party. It's our June 30th, 1972. It's our anniversary today. Charles invited me to my favourite restaurant. It was a complete surprise. I was so happy I thought he might have forgotten. After dinner, we spent the rest of the evening walking along the beach. We talked as if we were teenagers in love. I couldn't remember the last time I felt this carefree. Magdalena's coming. What should I do? She's always asking when we'll be having kids. I don't think I'm ready yet. Not when I'm still recovering from the miscarriage. Okay, so she had a miscarriage. Alright. Magdalena's got to be mother-in-law. Looking at that. Edward's called today and tried to push me in favour of a business agreement that we discussed months ago. I rejected his request since it will be breach of the trust agreement between our companies. I didn't expect him to threaten me by backing out from supporting Charles. If that'll happen, so be it. I'd rather lose his support than make deals with people with no integrity. Okay, so maybe June 30th. I don't know what year they were married though. That's the thing. Maybe June 30th is the key, the code to the safe. Alright, so maybe that's a safe code. Not holding much hope because I don't have an actual desk. So I don't think I'll try Trisha's key anyway, just in case. Just in case. I don't think it's gonna work though. Nelson Brown investigation. Okay. Investigation on Painscreek Community Hospital donation funds. Dear Miss Vivian Roberts, our latest investigation shows that Dr. Henry Johnson has been embezzling funds from the Roberts Relief Foundation. Okay. That's probably why he ended up dead. He's sending a portioned amount to an offshore private account under the name of Jefferson Investments, LLC. Every 5th of the month, an exact amount of $9,990 has been transferred. Why that amount? Supposedly for the payment of medical supplies and equipment. However, neither the equipment nor the medical supplies could be accounted for. It's a very specific amount. This has been going on for the past 16 months. As of now, the total amount embezzled nears $160,000. Sincerely, Roland Brown. Well, that is definitely a cause for concern. Anything in these in the drawers? Nope. And nothing in that drawer. Couldn't interact with those drawers. And we have notes. The bunch of hate mail stored in here. I don't think I can zoom in. How does it feel to ruin the lives of many? What's that one? Costs me my job, you heartless witch. You don't deserve to live. Okay. Right, so let's check this. Just in case. Yeah, I didn't think it would. And it's not that. So this key here has to be for the clock, maybe. Could this be the clock key? I don't know if it's too big. Doesn't work. Right, so other keys won't work either. Alright, so we need to keep an eye out for a clock key for that. We have a key for what looks like, was it say a villa? Used designed to be used with villas and mansions. So I need to find that key. Or something for that key to go into. Right, so that's a tea room done. Now we can go to Trisha's room. Which is this one. Right. So let's have a good route round here. Draw key. We'll do that last. Let's check other places first. Okay, read. Trisha requested that all her books be brought to her room in the hospital. Nope. Okay, so that one doesn't work. So we need a key for that. We need to find so many keys. It's unreal. With another diary and a key. Oh, okay. Looks like a cabin key. That's the cabin in, that's the hunting lodge cabin where Scott was staying. I think we'll be heading there after we've been finished in here. My diary. Scott's a strange kid, very quiet. I don't think it's right for the other boys to bully him and call him names. I wonder why Scott's parents didn't want him. This was back in 88. I don't like after-school programs, especially ballet. It's difficult and boring, and I hate proper etiquette. What's wrong with being myself? I don't need to be like Mom. I haven't seen Dad for a while. I wonder when he'll be back. Every time I enter the study room, I can smell his tobacco smell. It's the perfect reminder when he's gone for so long. I miss Dad. Mum's always working. She's so busy with other people that she has no time for me. Sometimes I wonder if Mum loves me. Maybe I should call Dorothy Mother instead. Study room code 44871. Study room. Okay. So I'm going to get that one. I've just had a thought. I've just had a making connections here. I've had a thought. Okay. Let's have a quick second here before we open this drawer. So, Scott took a photo of, like, from Dorothy's photo album. Could Dorothy be Trisha's mum? Could he have had an affair? Could Charles have had the affair with Dorothy, the maid, the nanny? Or does that make sense? Why would they have a nanny before Trisha was born? Because Trisha was an only child, wasn't she? Unless, see, I'm spitballing here. Unless Charles had the affair with Dorothy. Dorothy got pregnant. And he moved Dorothy and Trisha into the house. Maybe Vivian knew, maybe Vivian didn't know. I'm assuming she probably did know about the affair. Obviously, Dorothy being the nanny and making it look like Trisha is Thingy's kid. It was Vivian's child. Which would have led to a lot of shit. That would have been a lot of shit. The reason why for that is where are we? There's one of these, something I remember reading. Something I remember reading was that when she was in hospital, with a miscarriage, she became infertile, which may mean that obviously she couldn't have Trisha. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so that's weird. That's really intriguing. Sorry. Right, let's open this thing. A note and a key. Dear Trisha, you can always stay at my place when you feel lonely, Dorothy. Dorothy's key. And we have her address. Alright. So that's everything in here for now. That's all the keys that we've got accounted for. Need to find Derek's key. That's Bernard's, sorry. Need to find Bernard's house. Dorothy's house. That's to the hunting lodge. I don't know what that's for. Villas and mansions. There's something else in here that needs a key. A posh key. We need to open that as well. And we need to open the safe in the thingy room. Because Trisha's blonde as well. She's close enough to... she's close enough to Trisha's... close enough in hairstyle. So they don't, I don't say, don't strike a, a resemblance. But Dorothy is blonde as well. So if Dorothy had the child, which would mean that when Scott saw the picture, he would have possibly noticed that she looks a lot more like Dorothy than she does her mother. Maybe. Let's go there. Let's go to the hunting cabin. Let's go to the hunting cabin. I'm going to leave the other keys for now. Let's go to Scott's cabin. Okay. I'm starting to piece things together here. I don't know what the connection is. I don't know the third murder. Apparently Vivian was the third one. The doctor was the second one. I think the doctor was offed because of the embezzlement of the money. He was embezzling money from the lady, from Vivian's, like the charitable trust. I don't know if I'm going the right way here. So I don't know whether that's the case here. Something in that tree. Oh, just a box. And there's eggs as well, wasn't there? Nothing in there? No. I think I've come the wrong way. Oh, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't. This is the well that she was told to come and visit in the threatening note. What's this one? Check hospital for missing tools. Okay, so the tools are at the hospital. Okay, let's check out Scott's cabin. Please don't let there be any ghosts in here or something. Nice little cabin. I'm being very methodical here. Anything in here? Nope. Dustpan and brush. Deer. Master carpentry. Well, he was interested in carpentry. Anything in the fridge? No. Knife on the chopping block. I don't quite know why we're looking at that. Someone definitely spilt something. Two rifles. I'm not overly keen on this. What are these? Can't see what the tablets are. Okay. Locked. And that's definitely unlocked. That's definitely locked. Why would I need to get in there to get something like that? Nothing in there. Let's check all these drawers. Nothing in here. So this is very bizarre because there doesn't seem to be anything actually in here. Oh, drawer. Wait, never mind. Key. No, don't close the drawer. Small key. Maybe that's for the gun cabinet? Could that be for the gun cabinet? Sunday, February 14th. Today is Valentine's Day. I wanted to spend the day with Trisha, but Charles invited me to go hunting. I was nervous, not because it's my first time hunting, but because it's with Trisha's dad. Turned out that I actually enjoyed being with him. I feel comfortable talking to him. I don't get it. Why would Father Matthew forbid me to be with Trisha? Is it because I'm not rich or because I'm an orphan? He didn't explain anything to me. Maybe he doesn't love me anymore. I feel so confused. Maybe because you're related. Do you reckon? We quarrelled again today. I couldn't stand Father Matthew's preaching attitude, so I yelled back at him. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I'm so frustrated. Father Matthew said that I'm not an orphan. What does that mean? Does he know who my parents are? I pressed him to keep talking, but he wouldn't tell me anything after that. I need to know more. In these past weeks, it's become more difficult for me to talk to Father Matthew. Whenever you speak, he addresses only church stuff. I've realised that I'm starting to avoid Father Matthew whenever he asks how my day was. I don't feel like answering. When I ask him about my past, he's always trying to change the subject. I feel so frustrated. I've moved out of the church. Father Matthew did not object, although he looked a bit sad. Mr. Roberts was kind enough to let me stay at his cabin if I'm willing to work for him as an assistant gardener. That way the mansion garden can still be well maintained even when Andrew cannot make it. It's been a month since Charles gave me this cabin to stay. I still don't know where to start my investigation. Okay. Andrew's been drinking. Bernard asked me to bring him home today. Whenever he's drunk, he accuses himself, saying that he's a sinner. Sometimes he would mutter names that I've never heard of. Of all the names I think I only recognise Magdalene. I just can't remember where I heard that name before. I just returned from the orphanage and found out that it was Father Calvin who brought me there. The record sheet stated that I was from Painscreek. How? If I was born in Painscreek, there must be records of me in the hospital, but I've checked, there's none. I broke into Father Matthew's bedroom today. I shouldn't have done that, but he might have had something that could tell me about my birth parents. He didn't have anything relevant. Andrew's drunk again. This is the 5th time I've had to bring him home and then cover his shift. It's getting quite annoying. As I laid him down on his bed, he muttered repeatedly, "I'm so sorry, Sophia." Who's Sophia? Okay. This is... So I'm definitely thinking now that with Scott being born in Painscreek... Wait, chest boxes. Okay, so this is Scott's stuff. Alright. That's got to be for the chest in the mansion. Oh, no, the church. The church. It wasn't a mansion, it was a church. Okay, let's get out here. Alright, so things are picking up. So I'm getting a strong sense now. More of a strong sense. It was just a thought before, but now I think it's possibly true. That Trisha and Scott were related in some way. Half brother, half sister maybe. Like half siblings. Which is why, and obviously the Father Matthew knew that they were related. Which is why he forbid him from seeing, from like dating Trisha. But who's the... Aye. Who's related to who? They're related to each other. I'm assuming that they're related to each other. But who's... Is it Charles that's the common parent? Or is it Trisha, Vivian that's the common parent? I'm leaning more towards Vivian. I'm leaning more towards Vivian. Because I'm thinking, what if... Oh, confessionals. I couldn't get in there, could I? No. Couldn't remember if I needed a key for that. So yeah, I'm leaning more towards Vivian, because what if Vivian didn't actually miscarriage? She gave birth to Scott. Oh, that's weird. Maybe she gave birth to Scott and then put him up for adoption. And then he ended up back in Painscreek. And then obviously met Trisha. And Trisha being Scott's half sister. Or even full sister, because I'm assuming that he would have been the dad. Like, that Charles would have been the dad. Blank with the Moon and Stars. 1973, My Baby Boy, 1973. And got a diary, we've got a couple of toys. St. Patrick Orphanage, February 2nd, 1994. Dear Scott, I'm Sister Rachel. Although I wasn't here when you last came, I hope you remember me. I was your nursing mother after you arrived here those years ago. I understand that you came here earlier to find out how you came to be at St. Patrick's Orphanage. On July 4th, 1975, Father Calvin came to us holding a basket with you in it. He said that you'd lost your parents and there's no one to take care of you. He told us that your name was Scott. After he left, Sister Emma, I was going to say Emmanuel there, Sister Emma asked if I would be willing to take care of a baby. At first I hesitated because it was a huge responsibility, but when I saw your face so full of innocence and curiosity, I felt as if God himself had delivered you to me. I accepted the task. When you were 10, Father Matthew came to see you. He had just become the head priest of Painscreek Trinity Church. He visited often, usually at the beginning of the month. Whenever he left, he would leave an envelope containing a small sum of money. He said it was for everything you needed and that whatever was left was then given to the orphanage. I'd be lying to say that I wasn't sad when you left the orphanage, but when Father Matthew adopted you, I believed that your life would be better in Painscreek than here, and I dearly hope it is. Everything enclosed within the package itself used to be yours. I think you should have these. May God bless you, Sister Rachel Davis. Key. Key to a basement. Haunted Lodge basement. Let's read the diary. Tuesday, November 30th, 1993. I asked Andrew about Sophia. First he freaked out, saying that I shouldn't go around speaking that name. Then he said he had never heard that name in his life. Is he hiding something? Why would he lie about Sophia? This makes me want to know who Sophia is even more. I asked Wanda if she knew anything about Sophia. She said Sophia used to work as a maid in the mansion for a few years until she was let go. When asked why, Wanda said she didn't know. However, she thought that Sophia was a manipulative woman that would do anything to get what she wanted. Wanda resented that. I met Derek today and asked if he knew anyone by the name of Sophia. Apparently he's not on speaking terms with me. I wonder if it has anything to do with Trisha. During today's lunch break, I asked Bernard if he knew about Sophia. He was surprised that I knew that name, but proceeded to say he didn't know her that well. Somehow I feel uncomfortable whenever I talk with Bernard. His cold gaze gave me the shivers. I met Dorothy while tending to the garden. I asked her about Sophia. She looked confused. She was curious as to where I heard that name. I told her that it came from Andrew. She kindly explained that Sophia was a close friend of hers when Sophia first came to work for the Roberts family. Unfortunately, she had an affair with Charles when Vivian was hospitalised. Shortly after she left Painscreek, no one has heard of her ever since. Dorothy thinks that Sophia has probably started a new life in another place. I wonder if the affair was the reason everyone's quiet about it. Alright. Right, so this is fucking... This is taking a turn. This is a tangled web. Right. I'll explain my thoughts when I'm on the way back to the hunting cabin. Because I think this key's the hunting cabin key. Okay, so I know I said I'd explain on the way to the hunting cabin, but then I've cut that section out. I thought we'll do it when we get here. So I'm getting the feeling now that Sophia was the one that Charles had the affair with. Maybe she's the one who got pregnant. There we go. Maybe she's the one who got pregnant. She left. The baby was taken into adoption. And obviously that baby is Scott. So Charles is Scott's dad, which means he can't have a relationship with Trisha because they are half brother and sister. Okay. Power? Oh, power's on. So obviously they can't have the relationship because it's half brother, half sister. Blood related. Or half blood related. Which means that Dorothy may or may not be off the hook as having the affair with Thingy and having Trisha. So that theory's kind of a little bit out the window now. So Sophia and Charles are Scott's parents, biological parents. Sophia's in the wind. Charles obviously is being the mayor. He's Charles. He's doing Charles things. Vivian finds out about it. And obviously everyone in the house, in the mansion, knows that they had the affair and maybe Charles is the dad. So Trisha and Scott are related. Which is really bad for them to be messing around with each other. Does Derek come into play with that? Does Derek, because obviously I know Derek was in love with Trisha. Unrequited love. So would the whole thing would Derek be the killer and trying to frame Scott to get him out of the picture? That's still a possibility. Very intriguing. I'm very intrigued now. It's pulled us in a little bit more than it has been. Right, let's read this diary. Monday, February 14th, 1994. Also, who's the little girl? Who's the girl with the black hair, long black hair? Don't know who that is yet. On Valentine's Day, Trisha gave me some chocolate. I've never seen that brand before. Bet it must be expensive. I haven't finished making the music box. I'd hoped that it would be her Valentine's Day present. I'll just give it to her later. Hopefully she can forgive me. It's been quite some time since I last talked to Father Matthew. He's always asking how I'm doing after Sunday service, but I tend to ignore him whenever possible. I know it's wrong. I need to find a way to make amends with him. The grass has been growing wild lately. The weeds are everywhere and Andrew's not here. Actually, he hasn't been here for quite a while now. I wonder what happened to him. I should visit him after work tomorrow. Saturday, September 23rd. I was about to pick Andrew up for work when I found him lying unconscious on the floor. There was an empty bottle of sleeping pills on the table. I immediately called the ambulance. Attempted self-deletion. According to the nurse, this is Andrew's third self-deletion attempt. She's glad that I saved him in time. An hour later and he could have died. I don't know why Andrew would commit self-deletion. What I know is that he must be lonely. He needs a friend. Something messed up Andrew. Something in the house messed up Andrew. I visited Andrew at the hospital today. He's out of ER and is recovering quite well. While I was cutting the fruits, he told me a story. In 1972, there was a maid who came to work at the mansion. Her name was Sophia. She was a hard-working young lady with a great personality. She was loved by many. A few years into her job, however, she had an affair with Charles. A child was born. When Vivian found out, she was furious and decided to kick her out of Painscreek. What happened after that was a tragedy. On June 26, 1975 at 11 p.m, Vivian, Dr. Johnson and Andrew confronted Sophia. A fight broke out. Sophia fell and hit her head on the nearby well. She stopped moving. Dr. Johnson checked and realised she was dead. Her neck was broken. No one knew what to do. Vivian then asked Andrew to take care of the body and her baby. Okay. So Andrew's the one who... Oh, okay. Okay. So that's why Andrew was messed up. That makes total sense. Asked Andrew to take care of the body and her baby. Andrew did what he had to do to protect Vivian. After that night, they vowed never to tell anyone about the incident. Before leaving, I asked Andrew what the baby's name was. He said it was Vincent. And as I left the hospital, I couldn't help but pity Andrew. He's lived a confusing life and the struggle shows. I hope he can heal. Okay. Alright, so Scott has to be Vincent. Get out of this basement. I don't like basements. Okay. Let's just hang out here a second. Right, so need to find Dorothy's house, need to find out what that key's for, and we need to find out that key. That's Bernard's key. We need to find Bernard's house, which we'll have on file. We'll have the files, we do. Right. Use a whole load of keys. We found a whole load more. Right, guys. On that giant bombshell, we're going to leave that here for this week. We're slowly starting to get answers to questions. I don't think we've delved right deep into it. I think we've got a good case. We've got a good story here. So, quick recap of my thoughts here. What I think's happening. Charles had an affair with Sophia, maid, while Vivian was in hospital with a miscarriage. Which is a pretty messed up thing to do. Vivian found out that, before that, Sophia got pregnant with Charles's baby. Vivian found out, I think did I mention Bernard? Or Vivian and Andrew for sure. There was a third person there. Vivian and Andrew confronted Sophia at the well, I'm going to say outside this house, outside this cabin. Which now I'm worried about leaving this cabin because I think, the little girl might be there, that little black-haired girl might be there. I might see something horrifying. Something creepy. That little girl, that first sighting was just... I'm expecting to see her again at some point. I'm expecting to see her again. So, Andrew and Vivian confronted Sophia at the well outside this house, this cabin. Argument ensued. She fell or she was pushed. Don't quite know what yet. She ended up hitting her head on the edge of the well, breaking her neck. She ended up dying. Baby, it was the doctor. Sorry, I've remembered. I just remember the third person. It was Andrew, Vivian, and the doctor were confronting her. Doctor said she was dead. Gone. Vivian asked Andrew to get rid of the body and to get rid of the baby. Now I'm thinking the baby, I don't know where he hid the body, maybe in the well. Don't really know though. I don't know where the body's buried. Or it was disposed of. I don't know whether the doctor dealt with that. Because a doctor could get rid of a body quite easily, I would imagine. But anyway, Andrew got rid of the body and the baby. Now I'm assuming the baby he gave to Father Calvin, the vicar, which was prior to Father Matthew, the current one. Gave it to him. He dropped it off at the orphanage. Yes, he dropped it off at the orphanage. That baby then had its name changed to Scott. And Scott ended up working his way back to Painscreek via the new vicar. Either on purpose, I don't really know why we do that, but maybe Vicar Father Matthew brought him back to Painscreek on purpose to try and mess with Vivian. Don't know why he would do that, but that's a thought. So Scott then started having a relationship with Trisha, which was then became a problem because Trisha and Scott are related via their dad on the father's side, which is a bit of a problem. A little bit of a problem to sleep with your half-sister. Not really the done thing. So that's the current state of play. Now I don't know, we still need to do some more digging. I don't know who killed Vivian. Andrew self-deleted himself with the guilt of what he did to Sophia. The doctors, that's got to be the first death. Second one was the doctor. He ended up in the... he ended up in the lake or the river in his car still. And then Vivian was the third one. Which is... felt a little bit more personal. Because she was murdered in the mansion. She was dragged out the front of the mansion for everyone to see. That screams for me passion. That seems to me someone who cares. Like, that's sending a message. That's not just, deleting someone. That's sending a message. Who to, I don't know. Maybe to Charles. Maybe it was trying to send a message to Charles. Or send a message to the village who knew what was going on. And was trying to cover it up. That's madness. That's madness. This took a turn. This episode took a turn. It's like the floodgates have opened and a whole load of clues fell into my lap. Dang. Alright guys, so after that weird, long-winded outro, we're going to add a little bit more. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. If you have any other theories as to what's going on, connections that I haven't made, by all means let me know. If you're new here, feel free to come hang out, come check out some other stuff that we'll have going on. We would love to have you here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you again for all the support. It is much appreciated. I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and you all know what's coming. Please like, share, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. And as always, just see us on the flip side. Bye bye.